What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode 15.
You hit
wow.
me. Do you hit me?
We at 15 already?
15.
Okay, we
Chocolate
Chocolate
gumbo.
gumbo.
yeah.
You know how we do it.
Chocolate.
You know, We couldn't wait to get back to you. You had a crazy weekend. I know we all did. You know, and we always want to ask this special question. You know, the question we always ask.
I don't even.
What
How
y'all been doing?
was your weekend? And what y'all been doing? All that stuff. What?
What you do this weekend, sir?
My weekend was once again crazy, full of comedy, full of ripping and running and going here doing that. I had several comedy shows. Shout out to Tavern on LaGrange. Shout out to what show did I do Saturday night? So I be doing so many shows, bro. I be doing
What
so many
day
shows.
is it?
It be a blur sometimes. I know,
it be
man.
a straight blur. I did Riddles this weekend. Shout out Riddles. Shout out Damon Williams. Shout out Riddles Comedy Club and Alsip. Sister Quintella Caldwell and Sonya D, the legendary Sonya D. We rocked it out. Talking about standing ovations. Everything was cracking this weekend. Then I drove to Sunday to Springfield, Illinois to set up some comedy shows with my brother in Springfield. Shout out my bro. We gonna be doing once a month comedy shows in Springfield, Illinois. Stay downtown, state capital.
Come on.
Looking for it soon. Springfield, we coming to you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have too much to say, but I told y'all the last few episodes I've been on my grind. It's the beginning of the year. I'm out here trying to make some things happen. So I've been working. But I did get a chance to check out these two fellas, my business partners at Tavern on LaGrange brunch on Saturday.
Beats, Bass, and Brunch every Saturday.
Hey.
Tavern on LaGrange, 12
I was
and
there.
3.
I tapped in. And then right after that, I did drive to Romeoville for one of my friends' weddings. I got like a few groups of friends. In this group, Ladies Night Out group, one of the young ladies, she will be getting married soon. So I went to her bridal shower and we had a great time. So, that was my weekend. It was filled with a little fun, but mostly work. What about you?
Well, work like everybody else. But you know what? Friday was a little interesting.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
Because Friday started off, man. I actually chilled, but I supported my baby. And I supported my brother.
Oh shit. Let's go.
I supported my brother Jay Grant. It was his birthday.
Hey,
Shout out to Jay Grant. He just made old as hell, just messing with
Wesley Snipes is ageless wonder.
He the drummer, right?
Yeah, that's
Wesley
he be
Snipes,
playing
the
them
drummer.
beats.
he did a show, man. He actually did a Tribe Called Quest tribute
Yeah.
on
Nice.
Friday night. It was dope, man, at Glenwood Oaks. And my wife performed there with my boy Marquel
I
Jordan
tried to make
and my
it to
brother
that.
D2G, and it was crazy. It was real crazy. It
Shout out
started off
Jay
like
Grant.
that. Shout out to Jay Grant.
Shout outs to you.
Yeah, shout out, man. And then Saturday, man, we did Beats, Bass, and Brunch, of course, man. Me and Big Keith. That was just a fun day, like it always. Kendra came through, like she said. And I did a wedding that night. Sunday I had to get right back up, and I had to check on Beats, Bass, and Brunch at Glenwood Oaks. They did house
Hey,
music.
y'all tap in.
They did house music. Every third Sunday is house Sunday. So they act a little crazy in there. They got it in. Shout out to Tim Jackson. He was holding it down, hosting for me. Jay Grant Experience was the band. Mello was the DJ. So it was pretty dope. But I also did brunch at Tribe too. Tribe in the West Loop with my band Gumbo Music. So we did Tribe, and then right after that, we always do Sultry Soulful Sundays at Chemistry, and
Hey, y'all got some talent in this group. We be doing some things,
Yeah,
okay?
man, the
Yes,
things
we
that
be
God
getting it
brings
in.
together.
I mean, for real, man. But we got to get into it, man. We
That
got
part.
to get into it. Listen, I looked on the phone, man, and what is this I'm seeing about the Brat?
Oh
The
my
bread
God.
what? The bread what? The bread
She
what?
pregnant at 48.
Oh my God, I didn't know she was trying to
saw
get
that.
pregnant.
I didn't
mean,
either.
it's a lot of
Like-
brothers upset.
You said 48 years
A
old.
lot of brothers upset, really? She's 48. I believe she just made 48 or about to be 40. She's 48 and pregnant. What do y'all think
So
about
just
that?
over, pretty much over 30. People for over 30.
Wait, why are you choosing over 30? I feel like it should be maybe 35. 30 is still young to be pregnant.
People
Maybe
over
over
30.
35.
People over 30 trying to have kids is a major issue in this country. Fertility clinics and stuff like that. People be trying to figure out a way to get pregnant.
You think 30? I think
I
30
think
is still
I think
young.
it's 30 is okay. You're right. I think it's probably 35. That's especially over 40. A lot of people on their 40s been
Definitely
having
over
babies
for.
like crazy.
I have a
That's
client that has a 51-year-old woman
Mm.
who is pregnant with her first child.
Lord
So
have
that is
mercy.
amazing.
Lord have mercy.
51.
That's
So
Still
amazing.
ovulating. Still ovulating.
That's
I had both
amazing.
of mine at 31. I had, you know what I'm saying? I had my kids when I was over 30.
I just I don't know, man. I can't really speak on it. Well, you know what? I don't have I do have children. I just don't they're my bonus kids,
nice.
but I don't have any physical kids,
Biological.
You ain't
biological.
missing
Okay.
nothing. You ain't missing nothing. Having
Oh.
kids is super overrated, bro. Straight up.
You know what?
Straight up.
I was torn with that. I was kind of torn with that for some years. I'm actually okay. I'm actually okay. I don't get me wrong. If the opportunity presents itself that I will be able to have one or some kind of way, then I'm not against it, but I'm okay.
You sure you're okay with that?
I'm okay. I'm
Kendra,
okay.
how old was you when you had your first one? How old?
I had my first child at 16.
Well, teen parent. A
So
parent
I
over
mean,
30 and
yeah.
no kids at all. See, we got the full spectrum. And I really think that my kids are
How old were you when you had your first?
31.
Oh, that's a big
I
difference.
love my kids to the end of the world. But man, when I didn't have no kids at 30, I'm like, man, what am I gonna do, man? How am I gonna keep my legacy going? And I was questioning my eternal, you know what I'm saying, life after as life goes on after my life. I was questioning that. Did I want my bloodline to end with me? And my cousins, of course, got kids, but or whatever. But nobody from my direct side of my family had no. I was the oldest grandchild, only son. So I was really debating, like, man, what do I feel empty? Do I feel fulfilled? What do I do? So I end up having them, and then 13 years later, I'm like, man, I could have had a V8.
Did that make you feel some type of way
I
with no
skeeted, I
kids?
skeeted when I should have skated.
Because he just said a lot, and I
You know
just
what?
looked at you like,
You know what?
"Mm."
I mean, you at one point it's like it's funny, man, because how life goes. Because I'm actually 40 now,
Mhm.
but just how my life went. Like in my 20s, I was not trying to be a father because I was trying to just kick it and
Yeah.
just be an artist or whatever. So, but other than that, it's I don't you know what, right now I'm pretty cool. I mean, I went through the different emotions or different thoughts of it, but I'm honestly okay
I
because
feel
it's
like
like
you
I'm
still
kind of
got some
older
time.
and I like it's different things weighing it. Like I'm not against it, but I'm okay. I kind of like my
Freedom.
you're
freedom.
supposed to, bro.
I like moving around. You know what I'm saying? I like being able to do
Live
that,
life.
but
Live life.
want to live. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, because sometimes I get into my mind where I'm like, I had my kids pretty young, and having my children at a young age, I was very ambitious, and I had ambition, and I had goals that I want to achieve, and I've succeeded those goals, and I've added new goals. However, I kind of feel like I don't think that I've missed out on being a parent. I was just juggling it all at one time. However, at times I get in my mind, I get in this state of mind where I'm like, ooh, like I kind of want to have a child where I like she can be my not best friend, but like I'm in a place in life where I can really attend to that child 100%. Well, 95% because I'm still an entrepreneur and creating businesses and doing my thing. However, my child can be on my hip, or I'm in a place where I can hire a babysitter or whoever and have her with me. At the same time, I do kind of miss out on that part of just being there all the time. I had my first child at 16, my last child at 21, my second child in between there. However, I was still creating life for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was still one thing I told myself that I was not going to be a statistic in life where I was not able to finish high school, where I was not able to go to college, and where I was not able to be in a position to pursue my dreams and my aspirations in life. So I made all of that happen with my beautiful mother being by my side and assisting me. So I was able to go to college and get a degree in business and marketing and did all of that and be a parent. I was married at 18, and my first husband, he wasn't a minister when I married him. He became a minister. So my children were raised in the church atmosphere. So they had a great background. At the same time, I do feel like I was a little, not all the way missing, but a little missing in that, like, parent child relationship, like right there, like my child traveling with me all the time. Like, I miss that. So sometimes I get in my head where I feel like, oh, I want another one where I can do it right this time. But is that really doing it right? I don't know.
And
They doing their thing. They doing what
and
they
think
do.
about the Brat though. The Brat has been a superstar since the 2000s,
A minute.
the
A
90s.
minute.
Brat
But
has
she's
been
just
a
now getting
top
settled.
top tier star, and her wife has multiple streams of
Income.
high level
Yeah.
brands that she's garnering. So imagine balancing because they got the TV show. So
Yeah.
if you haven't watched the TV show, you can see how much they're already balancing and have to keep going. Plus, being a loving relationship where
Yeah.
it's a functional, loving, professional. You got all these different hats that y'all wear, but y'all got to come home and still love on one another, and then have a baby on top of all of that. So it's kind of like people want different things, but when that thing comes to life, then the different stresses come in. Because I had no idea when I was living in my 30s, I was living willy-nilly. I didn't have a girlfriend with no kids or whatever was going on. I was just free to do whatever I want to. 29, 28, 30. I was booming in the comedy side. I just did Who's Got Jokes. I was really cracking, right? Then the next thing you know, these two little people I done made need 24-hour care 7 days a week.
Yeah.
There's not a moment in time where this little babe is going to be able to be good to where I go ahead and see y'all in a couple days. Like, so that's where the stress of a parent kicked in for me. When I really realized that these two precious little pieces of people were going to be needing my full complete care 24 hours a day until they're able to care for themselves. And then I got to worry about how I raised them to be out in the world, the shit they be going through out there. And then you didn't even think about, see, when you have kids, you think about when you was a kid. And it's easy to think about when we was kids. It's 80s, 90s. It's cool. But my daughters are teenagers in 2023. So you don't even when you thinking about having kids, you don't even think about the long run as in what's going to be going on around them. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, the times have changed. Big mama gone. My mother's a grandmother now. So it's the evolution of it going forward. So the stress of a parent for me is not worth the gift that they are. Because I care too much. I over-evaluate. It's the type of person you are too. So God bless the Brad. God bless her. What's the wife name? The one that's over all the products? God bless both of y'all. We ain't up on the current names. We need to get them more names because her wife is a beautiful person. She got the products out at Walmart, the hair products, the hair loss product. So shout out to the Brat and her wife. Congratulations, Brat. Congratulations. We're going to do all the praying we can. You stay healthy. You have that healthy babe, and then we'll see what happens when
it's Jessica Depart.
Yes, Jessica. Is it Dupree or
Depart?
Okay. Congratulations.
Depart, yeah.
Congratulations to Brett and everybody over 30, 35, 40, still making babies or having babies or trying to have them or having them on accident. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
You know what? I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
The two people with the kids. Y'all think having kids are overrated?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Unequivocally, yes. Because I got girls too. Yes.
In this day and age, I'm gonna have to say yes.
Oh, damn.
Only because in this day and age, I don't know what the hell is going on with the society of the day and these young kids of today. This generation it's just crazy. So maybe overrated is a word that we shouldn't be using, but I don't want to bring no kids in this life that we're living right now.
It's an attack on the human mindset.
It's just too much going on.
Every day, 24 hours a day. There's
it's a lot.
It's a lot going on in the mindset of these kids and the transgender and the gun culture and the racism and wealth and poverty. There's so many different issues being pushed upon them every day, 24 hours a day, plus music, plus their friends, plus other parents, plus it's so much going on that it's like I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be a 10-year-old in this world right now.
I honestly feel like the children of this day and age, they did not have what we had when we were younger. So to be as strong as we were, they are a little bit more weak, and this is why they're like, some of them are killing themselves, which I hate to say, and they can't deal with the way of the world today. Maybe because of the society we live in. I don't know. We were built where we had to kind of like work for our own and be in a society where we had that backup that we needed, but their parents, they weren't that strong, and them, they don't know how to go outside and do things and build things and create things on their own. They just know to pick up a phone and the flick of a finger and go on social media. And then when a hard thing comes in front of them or something that they have to face to face,
they buckle.
They don't they buckle quick. And they don't know how to attack it with what we were with our grandparents and their parents that we had when we were young. They don't have that, and they're just kind of canceling themselves.
We went outside and played all day.
Hard times.
We played all day.
We did.
We played until we was musty.
We did.
Yeah. We did not want to come in the house after we was fully dirty, clothed, rolled around in the grass, ran up the block, all of this stuff. I was just saying, like, we used to get chased home. Remember getting chased home?
Yes.
Forget a gun.
Remember
Nobody
walking blocks with your friends.
Come on, man.
With no problems.
We didn't have cell phones in high school. We had beepers. We couldn't text anybody because what is a text message? So the evolution of life and technology and gadgets and the internet and social media and the continuous of not being as prejudiced and racist and cruel upon people, the sensitivity era has grown. Like, they went from shunning people who were homosexuals to accepting them to letting them have pride. You feel me? And then now it's a curriculum in schools in Illinois is mandatory for sensitivity reasons. We understand,
and
but you're still pushing a curriculum when y'all don't even teach Black history. Y'all, in some states, they trying to exclude Black history and push forward different agendas. So I'm not going to really get into that because we don't have the facts right now, but these kids are definitely faced with different obstacles and opportunities and access to stuff that we didn't even know was true.
And I don't think they're strong mentally to deal with it because they don't have the wherewithal that we had, that our parents gave up and our grandparents gave us and our great grandparents gave them and us to be able to deal with the things that we were faced with. They don't have that. So,
and it's our fault.
No, parents, to answer your question,
this technology era, parents, it's our fault. Don't
bring no kids in this world today.
It's overrated. But what I'm saying is, it's our fault as parents, because when my kids were little, we propped them in front of the TV, put a movie on, gave them some food, and was moving around.
There.
Yeah. Back then, we used to have the parents read to their kids, like read all day, and then we did learning games all day. But then the TV, DVDs, VCRs, DVR.
But our parents wasn't on that TV. They was tripping about us being the TV. And then we throw a tablet in these kids' hands.
Hold on, because we only had one TV.
You say
in 1986, 1985, we had one big TV, and a couple. Maybe somebody had a TV in their room. Then in the 90s, everybody had TVs in that room, right? It was the big fat TVs. And then in the 2000s, flat TVs, TV screens, cell phones, computers, laptops, internet. So it's just the access to, you know what I'm saying, things that are distractions, like Kendra was saying, stuff that'll distract you. Now, you can go on YouTube and Google how to build anything, but when are we actually building? When are we actually doing something with our hands?
My grandbaby may be a little bit smarter than me. And she's 2 and 3 years old when it comes to technology, because that's the way of the world today. Mm-hmm. And these infants, can tell you how to work your phone and your technology system better than we know ourselves. Like, and I be amazed when I can see my grandbaby go to pick up her tablet, go to a certain platform on YouTube or Netflix or whatever and watch something, and she literally tells me, Gigi, let's watch this, go to that. And I just be looking at like, you're 2. I wouldn't have known to do that at my age. And my kids, she's 2 now. My kids, when they were not known to do that. We did have family night. So my kids, they're still good. But these kids after my kids, and my oldest is 28.
It's just hard.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. So RJ, I'm not gonna hey, you might be okay. At the end of the day. But so I mean, I don't know what you hey, you think you're missing out or no?
I'm not gonna say kids are overrated. I mean, I just think anytime you're blessed to make life and keep life going, it's cool. But it just seems like we're all talking from a sense of perspective because
Yeah.
y'all actually in it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
that's
it's
true.
different. So you
Full
I can,
circle.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Passion behind
the
it.
passion
Yeah.
and the frustration. But I tell y'all, I could tell y'all this: every parent I know, every real parent I know, they wouldn't change it for the world.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
I
either.
wouldn't.
I love my
I
kids.
You
wouldn't.
ain't taking it back.
I
though.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
And my
So
grandbabies.
I want that.
But I definitely wouldn't consider having no
that's
more.
the love.
Having no more is
no,
out of the
you
question.
good.
Completely overrated.
You said you good. I got
I
mine.
still
I'm
be in the
good.
back of my mind about having another one.
Well,
So
good luck. Good luck.
But
Good luck.
it's just the way the world we live in today that got me questioning.
Speaking of the
but
world we live in today,
yeah.
and full circle, them people that fell out with Kanye going through a thing, ain't they?
Oh my God.
According to reports, you said what?
According to these reports, y'all, like I just heard that the Balenciaga, Adidas, and JP Morgan Chase has faced trouble after dropping Kanye West. It's just like, oh, so now you're seeing after a few months of your financial reports come in that you're not making the money that you thought you were gonna make when you just sporadically wanted to drop him according to what happened in his life. So now you're facing the repercussions of that.
Instead of meeting with the man and say, look, we just need you to make a statement that separate your personal views from your professional views. Can you do that? We're not asking you to retract the statement. We're not asking, but the anti-Semitic thing is such a hot button issue.
Yeah.
And Kanye is such a buck the system kind of dude, and y'all knew that already. So the anti-Semitic topic came up and he went off and they didn't know how to respond. So they cut ties instead of just letting the man say, look, what I said has nothing to do with the business that I do. And moving on in this situation, I'll figure out a way to separate the personal from the business perspective. And maybe they should have gave him a chance to do that instead of trying to cut off all that money that quick.
Let me tell you something about this. Let me tell the funny part about it is Adidas is a German company.
Yeah.
So now,
and they sensitive about exactly.
They're sensitive about something some shit that they caused, which is
because they ain't making the money. They thought they was
that's
gonna
crazy. But I mean, you're right. You would think since they're the German company that they will have more empathy with Kanye and
his personal views versus
try to talk to him like, hey, we even we learned that wasn't right and whatever, or we can't speak for everybody, but anyway, I just think it's kind of ironic that it's a German company that's acting so behind the Jewish people, which is the Jewish people don't buy certain cars,
right?
Yeah.
They don't buy certain cars because it's German. Like you won't see like Jews in Mercedes Benzes and stuff like that, like stuff because it's a German car.
But it's still the weight of the fact that you use the hip hop influence to build hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars till they got the billions of dollars to gain the interest of people in fashion and trendy things. And instead of giving the man that brought your company so much value the benefit of the doubt, the opportunity to come out and say, yeah, because Kanye's retracted a few statements, not all of them, but he's spoke differently. After this situation, he definitely spoke differently and was speaking with less fierce of a tone and more specificated about what he was trying to say versus what it was really going on. But they were so quick to make a martyr of him. Now you suffering, but it's real. It's actual versus projected too, bro. They projected to make a certain amount of money moving on from Kanye, and they didn't. So you know what I mean? It's still hundreds of millions of dollars, but it was trying to make 300 when you actually made 80, but you spent 125 trying to get to the 300, and now you down.
Well, that was the Ivy brand. Yeah, the Ivy brand was looking to the Beyonce, her Ivory, what is it called? Ivy Park.
Okay.
Her brand of product was with who she signed under Adidas. They were looking to make, I believe, $250 million by the end of 2020. They only made $40 million.
Yeah, and they probably invested 3 times that trying to make
who knows with marketing and everything else. But this is what happens when you want to, judge somebody off of their personal life opposed to you having a meeting and looking into the business part of it. So yeah, people make decisions sporadically.
Yeezys, just speaking on Yeezys.
Okay.
Yeezys alone was expensive.
They were super expensive and people were buying them.
And they went from Yeezy shoes, the 4, 5, 8, 9 different kind to Yeezy slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the slides, if it was a sign of status, it wasn't so much a sign of, oh, I got the Yeezys. No, I got the Yeezy slides. So then the Yeezy slides, damn, because they know they cost $1,500 for some damn flip flops.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? You can have your brands at Walmart and the regular stores where you can get some $18, $19, $20, $40 flip flops, but paying how much was Yeezy slides? Because I know you got some, RJ. I know you got them. Because this nigga got nothing but status clothes.
It wasn't actually. If you get it, they cost that much when they go to resale.
How much?
You can get it for like one something.
$100.
If you catch them on retail, not $100, probably like $150 or something
for some flip flops.
Yeah, that's a lot. But I'm gonna say this: those flip flops and those shoes are probably some of the most comfortable shoes you ever wear.
Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't worn them.
So they look ugly, but they wear
them.
gray. They like it's like a foam kind of thing. It fits good. Like I got some shoes that I wear normally. They look like funny looking.
You got
Crocs.
nothing but Yeezys, bro.
Yeah, they like Crocs. It's comfortable.
They're not that cute, but I've heard they're comfortable.
They're the bomb. You put them on, you don't give a damn what nobody talking about.
But it was a status symbol too.
It is.
When people see you out of town or on the beach with some Yeezy slides, oh, he's showing out. He got the Yeezy slides on. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was that with the Kanye thing, and that what made it the elite, and that's what floated him off into the elite company of all these big labels, because they like, damn, the Yeezy slides is killing. Let's put him over here.
Who did that in fashion? This black. Who? Like outside of Jordan, and that was through Nike. But Kanye went and did that. Like
Kobe had a shoe for a little while. LeBron had a shoe for a little while.
But even with basketball shoes, right? Like those shoes, like Kobe's and LeBron shoes, they're for basketball. They're like when Nike came out with Jordans.
Jordan was a basketball shoe and a fashion statement.
It was a fashion statement. It was building the brand. So even those shoes, if you're put them like compared to basketball shoes today, those shoes are like Jordan shoes are like trash. They like far as like the Chucks. You know what I'm saying?
Chuck T's
that was the thing people played, but you put them on and you be like, man, how the hell they were playing basketball?
It was uncomfortable, very uncomfortable,
very uncomfortable. The Jordan 1s are like that.
They made his toes bleed. He said it on the documentary.
So the shoes is really for fashion, but it would never be, because basketball shoe is really for basketball. The basketball shoe would never be like the Jordans. Those first 13 Jordans were so classic. So it's a fashion statement.
They still remaking them to this day.
You got to, because it's such an iconic shoe. It's like the Air Force One. You know, it's an iconic shoe. You know, it's like the shell toe Adidas. You know, so we getting off, man. I know we got a little off on that, but we got to get into this beef, man.
What beef?
It's a beef brewing, man. You said, man. Somebody said, man, Chris Brown and Blueface getting into it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's social media right now.
Yes.
It's social media right now. But Chris Brown is really, especially in the sensitivity era, wondering how Blueface is getting away with the physical altercations between him and Christian Rock. And Blueface didn't like it too much. He felt Chris Brown was hating. He felt Chris Brown was backstabbing. He felt his was so long ago that, bro, why are you talking about what I'm doing? And Blueface loosely responded and said, "Look like to me you beat up the wrong beep."
Oh my God!
It looked like to me you hating because you beat up the wrong beep. Talking about when him and Rihanna got into it and Chris Brown lost $100 million. Blueface and Christian Rock got their own TV show. This is what they do. This is the expectation of the show.
Day and age.
But how is it the sensitivity era and they're pushing that on the black culture? The hip hop wives, the hip hop and love, and all the ratchetness that not so much the people and the success that they carry and the followers that they have. I'm talking about the ratchetness of situation to situation. Christian Rock got her own TV show. I went to visit my daughter. She's sitting there watching the Christian Rock show. The Baddies.
I don't even watch
the Baddies. That's just called the Bad. You need to watch it.
So they replaced the Bad Girls Club.
Look, listen.
Is it worse than that?
It's worse.
Or is the same? It's worse.
It's
oh my
much
God!
Worse. It's
I
much
used
worse.
to watch the Bad
It's
Girls
much
Club
worse.
back in the day.
It's so ratchet that it's like that's what I was talking about, having kids in this day and era. It's so overrated because if you watch the baddies, and I'm not knocking the baddies. Hold on, I'm not knocking the baddies. It's black women all together in the house, and they're this it's kind of like they have an agenda to where they're making money, they're doing shows, they are producing some kind of I think rap shows. They doing something. The show has a methodology to it, but the ratchetness in between them is just unveiling. Like, you know how people do too much for TV, and producers of shows have found a way to make, you know what I mean, ratchet life marketable, and they just keep doing it over and over and harder and worse and worse. And the baddies, when I say, oh my goodness, and my daughter, she's smart. She's very smart. She's very astute, and does know how to operate herself accordingly. But this TV show, if you never saw it before, it's going to be kind of shocking to you. I'm just saying. And it's wild, and it's the culture that they're pushing. So that's what Chris Rock is talking about. I mean, Chris Brown is talking about, far as it's him and hers, a volatile relationship is marketable when he lost hundreds of millions of dollars when him and whatever happened between him and Rihanna.
Yeah, I mean, it is hurt, but at the end of the day, when you're I'm gonna say this to definitely Chris Brown, man. I understand. He didn't said his apologies. He didn't grew from it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even heard nothing else like that again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily know the exact situation that happened. Neither here or there. Doesn't give nobody reason to put nobody hands on nobody, woman or man.
That part.
Both. So we with that, but especially as a man, you're gonna get hit harder with that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna, it just, that's how the rules are. You know what I'm saying? Especially for men. You know what I'm saying? And we always got to say black men, but that's just really how the rules are. And you did your time. He went through a lot. He paid the price. He did what he had to do. He lost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It really took a hit on his career. It still don't knock who he is as an artist. You know what I'm saying? He's still a phenomenal artist.
They was literally kids though.
There was just really kids, and I feel the same way. I feel like he made a decision as a child, and unfortunately that happened. But what Blueface said, man, I got it's hilarious, and I know Chris probably didn't like it too much, but it's hilarious, and it kind of, I guess he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Clearly he's saying it. He clearly saying the truth. Oh, girl's a billionaire. Everybody praising her, and I guess nobody really cares if he hit old girl Christian Rock or not. So
well, Christian Rock attacks Blueface as well, so it's
a
volatile relationship. It's
not
just
to make
like
it
he
relevant
bullying her
that way, though. But is
it
it really relevant that she hitting him too? Like that's what he's trying to say.
It's an abusive relationship both ways.
But I guess even with the Chris Brown stuff, I guess that was supposedly said that they were fighting each other, and it still didn't come off like that.
It didn't come off like that.
With that, I get what he's saying. We living in a different day and age, and that just happens, man, with the younger generations. Now you see how the OGs looked at you when they felt like you got away with stuff, or you had something easier, because it's just those benefits. We had benefits that the people before us didn't have, and the people after us gonna have benefits that we didn't have, and that's just a way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But moving on, we do got some RIPs. We definitely got some RIPs. We like to say rest in peace. We heard the brother from Law and Order,
Richard Belzer, the cool cat, the smooth cat, and he used to be a comedian too, actor and comedian.
Oh wow, he's gone. Oh,
yeah, passed away. He was older though. He was a little older. R.I.P. to former President Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer.
Whoa,
back in the day, man.
Oh wow.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
And we got another rest in peace. De La Soul, David. I don't know how to say. Trugoy, Trugoy the Dove.
Oh my God, De La Soul, man.
De La Soul, man.
Wow.
That was a big one right there. Hip hop.
One
of the founders of hip hop right there. Like, man, one of the real founders of hip hop. Like a hip hop, good flow. This is a big one. R.I.P. to the Judge Mathis show and the People Court with Judge Million.
Oh, they
canceled
canceled
after 20 years on TV.
Oh
The
my
real
God.
OG from Detroit. Really? The show is
Cultural
over?
phenomenons right there. Cultural. After the Jerry Springer show,
Wow.
there was a gap, and then the court shows took over. The Judge Mathis show, that man, ma'am, that's a crackhead move, ma'am. Yeah. I've been around crackheads my whole life. I know somebody that's smoking crack. You sound like you're on dope right now, ma'am. Have you smoked today?
That sound like
Did you
him.
smoke
Sound
when
just
you
like
woke up today? Oh, you're smoking when you get back? Yeah, you're smoking when you leave. But the thing about
Aw.
and the Judge Million, she was so gangster. It's always beautiful when people can tell you lying when they really don't know, because people come to court with this is what they did to me and a no, I didn't. And the judge on a TV show has to ask the right questions to get you to back yourself into a corner. So the facts and the process of elimination has put you in this position, or you get there and you're so rude that he's like, you know what? You rude. I believe him. Good luck. Because I've seen Judge Million and Judge Mathis do that to a bunch of plaintiffs or defendants. Like, you come in here
for real.
disrespectful, you're going to lose off top.
Yeah. That's
With the
crazy.
facts, but yeah, super disrespectful. Some of them people, yeah, they ain't gonna make it out of the court like they thought they would.
Okay,
For real,
celebrating
for
Black
real.
History Month. I got one thing I want to say. Celebrating Black History Month. Shout out to the Huff ass NBA, whoever went in the dunk contest. In first time in NBA history, Black History Month, we are celebrating a white guy who won the dunk contest. And when I say bro is cold, I forgot his name. I don't even gonna say his name. What's his name? His name is
Mac something.
Mac Chunk or something. The dude can jump out the building. So he definitely deserved it. His dunks were dynamic. His dunks was like rim shaking. So NBA All-Star game was not as competitive as I wanted to see the guys going at each other, but they just saving it for the regular season, just out there having fun, having the ball. White and black excellence on display this weekend at the NBA All-Star game. So
Nice.
first time in NBA history, we got a white dunk contest champion.
Nice.
Thanks a
Okay.
lot, NBA.
Yeah, but he's a bad boy, man. He's definitely a bad boy, man. He actually, a lot of people say he actually, some people was going as far as saying he saved the dunk contest.
Mm.
He really
But
did. He really
He
did.
did. He did save it because he wanted to be there. He put on a hell of a show, and he's a hell of a dunker. So
Mac McClung is his name.
Oh yeah, point guard. Yeah, so he's back and forth from the G League to the NBA, and I think he just played a couple of games with the 76ers and qualified.
But that's fine. But that's fine because you know what? They needed him. They needed him.
Maybe we should get the G League players to participate in a dunk contest. You need people that's hungry, that's talented, that's looking
You
for
need the G
opportunities.
League versus the NBA, the association. You need the G League versus the association in like a scrimmage game, a pickup game, or some kind of 3-point. Put them against each other because this dude right here is a viral internet sensation too.
Well, they ain't gonna win no pickup game against no NBA, but I think being in a dunk contest, since the NBA players don't really want to do it, like they feel like Mike and Vince Carter and all of them already really did everything.
Nope, they haven't, because this boy did some dunks that ain't nobody ever seen. He did a two-handed 360 or 720. Like, he did some dunks, bro. It's dunks out
I
there.
don't know how many other dunks you can do after that, though.
Bro, he did some dunks that never did before. He jumped over two people, bro. He jumped over two people and touched the backboard and dunked it with two hands, bro. It's dunks that ain't never been done in a dunk contest, bro. They only do it once a year.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on it. I just, it's just the dunk contest has been like
watered down.
It's definitely watered down.
I mean, you used to have Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan going at it, bro. Full speed, no holding, no bars, jumping from the free throw line.
So who you want to see currently in the dunk contest that's in the league? Giannis?
Giannis too big. Giannis ain't got no. Giannis ain't don't do nothing but
that's what I'm
power.
saying. So everybody that's big, I think you need to be like 6'6" and under to be in the dunk contest because it looks better when you're smaller. It don't look better like Dwight Howard was in the dunk contest. Like not taking nothing. Dwight Howard's a freakish athlete. He can dunk. It just don't look as great when you're 7 foot, unless you're dunking on like, okay, If you're 7 foot and they'll raise the rim to 11 feet, now we cooking. Let's do that. Raise the rim up and let me see everybody in the lead dunk on that. That now we talking.
I don't know, RJ. You that would be a way to
That
spice
would be
it up.
man. Everybody watch that. You
definitely need to be spiced up.
it
Some
gotta
kind of
be
way.
spiced up.
I'm gonna agree with what you said. I don't know about all that, but I do agree that if you that tall, you need to have a higher
If
rim.
you 7 foot,
Period.
right? That ain't no different than a 6 footer dunking.
That'll
So
make it
I want to see
interesting.
a 7 footer dunking on an 11-foot rim. That would be crazy. NBA. Just think about that. Also,
Yeah.
while we was talking about NBA, real quick, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna switch back. But I was thinking about like All-Star game with NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it's like almost in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
When football, they do the Pro Bowl.
At the
It
end
should
of the
be
season.
at the middle of the season because now you actually have the players play at the Pro Bowl. Everybody else, they be at the end of the season with the Pro Bowl. You don't have the players be there, or they be in the hunt.
Yeah, because
and they trying to do that.
Everybody going to the Super Bowl,
Or everybody hurt.
because you got to go focus.
Right, you got to focus. So,
true.
like, if you did it in the middle of the season and make it like a
But
break,
football is such a high velocity sport, like a high impact sport, that it's like you don't want to play in the middle of the season and mess up the whole season playing the Pro Bowl. So yeah,
I mean, but I think they can make a lot more money if you can have your favorite players play it. Make it like a flag football game or something. I
think
don't
they
know.
did that this year. I think the NFL did that this year. Did a flag football game, not for the Pro Bowl, but they did a flag football game for like the rookies or whatever. I think I'm pretty sure.
Man, or just make it something like close to flag, a touch. I don't know, something that'll make it fun. I mean, while we getting off of it there, but we talking about Black History Month.
Okay.
Not to really get off of that. So your Black History person was.
I'm gonna do comedians. I'm
Okay.
gonna do my top 5 comedians that I think had the biggest influence on who I am as a comedian. Number 1, Red Fox, hands down. Red Fox was an ultimate jokester, was the consummate professional. I listened to his Red Fox This Is Your Life Story on, I think, Foxhole Radio. They did a documentary where comedians, I think some comedians narrated it, and some comedians were just doing interviews and talking about how he went from New York in 1930 and was a travel. I think he started St. Louis, Chicago, St. Louis, and then he went to New York, and then was on vaudeville and all that in the roaring 30s and 40s, I think 50s maybe. I can't get the dates right, but he went to New York. He struggled as a comedian in New York, lived over a laundromat, would sneak in the laundromat, take the clothes, and perform in them.
Oh wow!
Yes, and him and his tightest partner took the show on the road. So they went from New York and went up the Chitlin Circuit to across the country, end up in LA, and then he was the first Black comedian to have a comedy club in LA back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So Red Fox, and then of course Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was the most illustrious, most traumatic, most like maximum funny, could just animate anything to you. And that was just learning a lot from his pain and his tragedy, and how to turn hurt and pain into laughter and good feeling, no matter how bad it hurt. Then of course Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy became a comedy rock star. He was one of the first comedy rock stars. Like in the 80s, Eddie Murphy was a movie star, comedy star, underground, on Saturday Night Live. Like, he was in everything. And then the last 2, Sinbad. Sinbad for sure. Sinbad showed that you didn't have to cuss or be dirty to be funny. And when I say that it was a gather around the TV moment for my family back in the day when Sinbad did the brain damage, and he was talking about so much stuff that I had actually went through. Sinbad and Richard Pryor embodied life into, you know what I'm saying, life into comedy instead of comedy into life type thing. So, and then is Martin Lawrence. Lawrence, man. Martin Lawrence was the comedian for me when I was my most impressionable in my high school years. A lot of cats remember me from imitating and emulating Martin. I emulated and imitated Martin like Kobe did Mike. So it was the full animation.
Dang.
It was the full rolling on the floor. Dragonfly Jones, Shanae, Otis, the mama. It was all of that embodiment of the moment, that whatever I do in this moment is going to be wrapped up in this character. And you talking about dying laughing. So them were my top 5 historic comedians. Oh, and don't forget Dick Gregory was an activist back in the day. Dick Gregory and Robert Harris. If I had to have 5.
Oh yeah.
Is Robert Harris in Chicago?
I think he was.
I think he
I
is.
think he is.
I think he is.
Man, shout out to those comedians, man, that paved the way, man, for all the comedians and just black entertainers, period. Kendra, you got some people you want to shout out for? I think this is the last. I think this is the last.
No, we have one more, depending on when we record, but we may have one more. But yeah, one more week of Black History, maybe. We'll see. Because what's today?
No, we don't.
The 21st. So if we record next Monday or Tuesday, we are still in Black History Month.
We got another week.
No, we don't have another week.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Look at the calendar.
We
don't.
Yes, we do.
When do shows come out?
Oh, so yes, this is
we don't
the
have
last
it. This is the
week.
last one.
It's the last week for our
Damn
production.
it, RJ. You
You're
and your
absolutely
technical
right.
shit.
With the technology of it. So yeah,
right.
okay.
See, we record a show during the week and then we release it on Sundays. So
we have 4 Sundays this month.
Yeah,
that's why we got to get our subscribers up so we can go live. Like, tag, and share Chocolate Gumbo.
We need so many so we can
Go
live.
Subscribe,
y'all want us live?
Get your mama, get your cousin, get all of them. Subscribe.
Yes. So what were you asking me? My person.
Your persons.
Personal people.
So I am, I love love and I love Black love.
Oh, Lord.
And we're when we speak of history, it's Black History Month, but we don't have to go all the way back in the 20s, teens, whatever. So I'm gonna speak of I got 2 things that I want to talk about. First is Black love, and I want to send shots out to the King family. And I met this family part of my church. I've been in church for a long time, and back when I was 14 I joined this church, and there was this particular family that I adopted as my own. And the King family, I love I had a mom and a dad, but they split up, and this particular family, they are still together today. They are celebrating over 45 years of marriage.
Yes, sir.
One of my closest friends, she just celebrated she just entered in the 40s. However, her parents are still together, and I just love it. Like, so I look up to them when it comes to just the Black love and looking to future, because a lot of times that when we speak of marriage and people that's in a couple, you hear all these breakups, but when it comes to this, and where I come from, I see a lot of successful Black or marriages, period, not just Black. And this particular couple, they raised their kids to be nice. All 3 of their children are entrepreneurs or really successful. 2 of them are entrepreneurs. The 2 boys, I believe, are plumbers and have their own businesses. And the young lady in the family has a degree, and she's in speech pathology. If that's how you say it. However, she's successful as well. And actually, the young lady in that family, when I was younger, actually, I influenced her in a lot of ways, but she also influenced me at a young age, at 16. I'm sure from her parents teaching and instilling in her into how to invest and financially be ready for my future and creating an IRA at a young age. She probably brought this information to me when she was probably 18. I was in my early 20s to start an IRA, introduced me to my first financial person to make sure my financial future was where it needs to be. So I'm shooting out though that family, the King family. I really look up to you guys. I love you guys.
Day.
Happy Black History Month.
Every day you make Black history. When you live
every day
in opulence and teaching others how to build wealth and teaching others, leading the way with
that's history. We want to continue to
you're making Black history every day.
Yes. And the person that I want to as far as in the field that I work in, I want to send shots out to my broker. I am newly in the real estate agents in the real estate lifestyle, and that's one of my businesses. However, I have a brokerage company that I'm working under, Serene Realty, and she's Black. They're Black owned, and she actually started off as a client of mine. She has been a client of mine for so long, and this was way before I decided I wanted to be into real estate. I was just doing a hairstylist, doing her hair, and her daughter. I believe I started doing her daughter's hair at the 8. Well, she was in 3rd grade, and now her daughter is a freshman in college. So we pour
Black
back
history
into the community. This is Black history that I'm giving you guys. I've been doing her hair since 3rd grade. Her daughter is a freshman in college, and now I just got my real estate license not even a year ago, and I'm under her brokerage company. So Serene Realty Brokerage. I want to send shouts out to Vady Reese, and we're going to continue to pour into our Black community, pour into our Black businesses, and we're going to continue to work under each other. That's me for Black History this month.
Shout out.
Shouts out.
Well, I'm gonna say,
still creating history,
man. It's always great, man, when you have Black love, Black family, Black businesses, and all that good stuff. I want to shout out some people that's probably be a little bit all over the place, but I'm gonna try to make it quick.
Let's go.
Let's do. I want to shout out the artists like Ray Charles and Sir Duke and James Brown.
Oh wow.
And
Nice.
Those kind of artists, I think that helps created the foundation of our favorite artists that we like. So when people like to hear Michael Jackson, and I love Michael Jackson, but to hear that one of Michael Jackson's favorite artists was James Brown.
Of course.
It's just amazing. So just shout out to those brothers, just inspiring music and still inspiring the culture today, long after they've been gone. So man, it made such a big impact on the world. So shout out to those guys. Also, I got another shout out to Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Jesus. Shout out to Jesus.
Shout out to Jesus.
The original Jesus was black. They changed the skin tone on a few little portraits, but I'm pretty sure bronze skin mean black. So
no, I know. I remember. Shout out. I wanted to shout out to my father-in-law, Pops. May he rest in peace. He was responsible for a riot in Nashville, Tennessee. It kicked off like a civil rights riot. It's a long story, but shout out definitely to Rufus Jameson III.
Rufus,
shout out, may you rest in peace. He's definitely a pioneer in Black history. It's a clip of him in a riot in Tennessee in the movie Life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
I was just watching that movie.
Yeah, it's a clip of him in the movie, right? That's my wife's father. So shout out to him for just in Black history, for the Black History Month. It's time to get to the subject at hand.
Oh, what subject is that?
We left off last week.
Oh,
we got to get back into where we left off.
Yeah.
Now the question was, our clothes and outfits from a previous relationship is acceptable.
Is it a shout out to the old person?
Is it a connection? Right. Is it a connection or a shout out to the other person? Or is it acceptable in your current relationship or whatever? I mean, we was trying to figure out everybody's thoughts on that.
If your ex bought you a $2,000 mink coat, okay, are you throwing away your coat?
Have to go there.
Yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, you got a mink coat that a nigga bought you.
I ain't throwing away my mink coat. I'm just saying, like, y'all can't be okay
and I'm talking
with
about
your ex having the mink coat.
any article of clothing, shoes, jewelry. People be having tattoos from their ex.
Like, in the fire.
I'm gonna say this. If it's an ex and they bought something and clearly you like it, then if you're not, it depends on the seriousness of the relationship.
No,
I feel like that because I ain't giving away.
The item depends on the seriousness of the relationship.
It does.
Hell no.
Yeah, it does. Either if apparently you kept the item because you wanted to.
That's not true.
That is true.
People getting into relationships for the wrong reason these days because of money and items and stuff. So how can you say that?
People, okay, if you have something of your ex, that means you wanted to keep that, right? So if
like
stop.
it.
Let me finish my statement.
Okay.
If you have an item of your ex, at this point, that means you wanted to keep it for whatever reason. Maybe it was a pair of drawers and you only had 3. I get it. Whatever the reason was, you wanted to keep that item. Period. Right. So if you had an item and you wanted to keep it, you was okay with it. Only reason you would give it up unless the person you with or dealing with doesn't like that idea. Now, if that's the case, then It depends on who that person is to you to make that kind of decision. If that person is worth that to you,
the new person,
the new person.
Okay.
If the person is worth that to you, like if it's like, well, no, it's a no-brainer. Like, I don't care about that. If that's okay with you, that's cool. If that's where you at, cool. But you got to realize that if you have an article, that's because that's what you wanted to do. Nobody made you keep that. Am I lying?
I mean, that's true because you wanted to do it, but you did it because you like the item. It doesn't necessarily have to be because of the person. Why are you saying I kept the item because I like the person?
No, I said you kept the item because that's what you wanted to do.
So yeah, absolutely.
For whatever reason it is your reason.
So you saying it's not a shout out to the old person or not a connection. You just saying that you got it because you wanted it.
You got it because you want it.
It's not nothing nefarious that you
it's sometimes it's not necessarily that, because sometimes people can have, like you said, you could have a cup or something like that, and you might not even thought about it. You know what I'm saying? But then if somebody asks you, you might be like, oh damn.
Like a hat that says Cancun when y'all was in Cancun, but you with the new chick.
So you just supposed to get rid of everything. Come on, that's a little extreme.
No. I'm not saying you're supposed to.
Should you?
No, that's really up to you and the person you're dealing with. That's situational. Some people don't care. Some people ain't even to question that. Some people don't even telling.
So so if you have some collections of past relationships, not just the last one, and you've have things that you like that you've gained from these relationships, and then here comes this person that you're with that could possibly be your life partner that you choose. So if they want me to get rid of, I just supposed to get rid of. I supposed to get rid of it all, or is it okay for me to keep it?
It's okay to make your choice that you want to make for yourself, but understand every choice has a consequence. So either you're okay with that person being mad and y'all get into about it, or you know that you really don't want to deal with him being insecure, or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like, at the end of the day, but you got to realize that person don't have to deal with that either. If they feeling some kind of wrong way about that, they're not wrong for their feelings. You're not from either way. Nobody's wrong.
The topic came up because I could just divorce final last year, and we were married since I was like 34. So I got all the momentum of all my old clothes and most of my new clothes. I said, except for the stuff I just bought, a lot of that stuff is recirculated out of that relationship. So it's like when I put an outfit on, I'm like, damn, I done had this shirt for 6 years. I was married when I had this shit on. It still could look kind of good. Going on a date with a new motherfucker. So it's like,
well, you just dating, so it don't matter. Like, you ain't in shit right now for it to be a problem, though. But what about you? Like, do you think it'll be a problem in whatever you in?
This nigga ain't got no clothes from 15 years ago.
I don't have no. I have nothing.
Because I'm in the same boat as you. I might have a few items from some exes that but it doesn't make
all of that is relative too. It's like it's all of that. It's like, okay, you just had an ex 6 months ago. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Of course, but if people, I think things that the problem is if somebody bought you. Okay, if his ex bought him some underwear and he told you that these are the drawers that the ex bought, you're gonna look at the drawers sideways. And if her ex
had a little bikini that
the guy would look at you and you let him know that's what that was. Then he's like, you might have worn it for
She come in with a lingerie on, like, yeah, you got that? You just bought that? No,
but how would it come up that I'm letting them know?
That's
like,
my
why
point.
would I even make that analogy?
That's my point. That's my point. So if you do know, so you don't even know. So that's what it really doesn't make sense. But sometimes when you're in relationships and you love somebody, their insecurities and all that problems, that comes your problem. And you might take on that because you love them that much. You really want to get through it. We all been guilty of it, men and women. We all been guilty of that. And it's like sometimes I've been the culprit of causing insecurity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a man. So I can sit and say that I've been a culprit of that. So with me knowing I caused this, I'm going to help deal with this because she wouldn't felt that way if I didn't do that. I'm like, taking my accountability.
That's a nice jacket. What you got on? I like how the jacket hit the scarf. Where you get that from? Oh man, my ex bought this for me a long time ago.
Or Or you guys are in a romantic moment and there's a used candle that you're burning. Why is this candle used? Did you use this with your ex?
Ain't nobody worried about no
like
damn
why?
candle.
What?
But that's what.
Was you with your last person with this candle when you burned it?
Everything.
Like,
but if that's life though,
that's some insecurities. I
that's
don't want to deal with
definitely
no insecurities.
That's definitely because you could say that about anything: the bed, the couch, the shoes,
Anything.
socks, towels.
Oh, I was just gonna say something like,
You know,
mom. Oh, I was just gonna say, okay, I don't think I can say that. Y'all got me thinking on a whole deeper level when you talking about used items. Okay.
But anything, is it wrong? I don't think article clothing. You never know because I'm pretty sure people bought people's shirts and stuff like that, and somebody necessarily just throw it away. Did you throw everything away when you got rid of something? No, you didn't. Okay.
No.
Are you expecting the next person to do that? Or
No.
would you
that
get
has
an
nothing
attitude
to do with what we're building?
Would you get an attitude if you knew that person had something in the past, and when you seen that thing, would it bother you?
And that's where the whole question came from, because
I'm
a lot of
asking
times
y'all
it shouldn't
that question
matter.
because
But
for me, it's a no.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on, but I knew it was over when she would buy me shit that was ugly. That's how I knew a relationship was over. When she would come on, I got you some clothes. Where you get this from? A Salvation Army? What the fuck you want me to look like, a bum? What the fuck you been shopping at Ross, motherfucker? I don't want to look like this. And she dressed you like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna holler at him. Motherfucker give you an ain't shit outfit to let motherfuckers know he is married and his name is Stanley and he coming home to me. So don't even look at his ass. This nigga, I'm gonna give him a garbage bag to wear with some shoes from yesterday and a coat that looked like she took it off. Let me give you $20 for your coat, homeless man. Let me put it on this nigga because I don't want no chicks looking at him no kind of way. Ain't shit outfits. Or women to do that. Women to put you in some ugly shit knowing ain't nobody else gonna holler at you.
Man, I hope y'all ain't that insecure out there.
I'm gonna say this. If you can't, it's a lot of people. It's women and men that's insecure like that too. But I'm just saying, if you feel like the woman you with, if she has some clothes from a guy that bought, like, who actually says that though? But people do say that because people ask, right? And that's it's like on one credit you will be okay, like, damn, he actually told me the truth that somebody bought this for a woman. But you'll feel some kind of way. So I just feel like
you just
if you
that
feel
all the
some
time
kind of way,
she bought it, like,
should you be the person to replace what they want?
Oh,
I mean, if you got a problem with it, you need to buy some more shit.
I
Hell
agree
yeah.
with that.
I agree.
But
so if you got a problem
what
with
you want me to replace,
yeah.
okay.
But if you in love with somebody, you should want them to look good and feel good at all times. Let's get that correct, Gumbo, chocolate Gumbo people. If you love somebody, you should celebrate them. You should want to know what their style is. You should want to know what they feel good in and want them to feel good while they looking as a representation of you and the love that y'all share. You feel me? You should never want nobody just out here. Well, I guess I'm just stuck with this motherfucker. No,
I don't want nobody looking like a Stanley.
You want motherfuckers to want you. If I don't want somebody that somebody else don't want, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't feel like you are attractive, I don't feel I see you as attractive, but you don't. I've been in that situation where you think somebody's attractive and you love them and you love their body, but they going through something where they don't feel attractive. Yeah. They don't feel like they want to even dress up or be like in a down time, not just a down person, but everybody has those up and downs where you feel sexy and then other times you don't feel that sexy. I see you as the same sexy person, whether you flutter in the up and down or not. If you gain a little weight, it's more you to love. And if you lose a little weight, it's less of your ass to worry about. Like, come on now. Like, real talk. Like, I find you, I didn't get with you because I thought you were unattractive. If I made you my woman, I thought you was fine and bad and every nigga should want you. And these motherfuckers stupid for not wanting you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, straight up.
Man, you're absolutely right. You know what?
It ain't time already, is it?
It's about that time.
No, wait, for real, wait. So before y'all, whatever y'all finna go to, I just asking y'all, can y'all comment in the comment area and give y'all responses to what our question was? Are you okay with your ex having an item or whatever of the past, and how would you respond to that? Like, for real, that's what we want to know. But can I ask y'all one more question? Do we got time for one more question? Can we ask one more question?
One more. Only one more.
It just came to my mind. Hold on. So this is what I want to know. So while we talking about this relationship shit, I want to know, how do you differentiate between wanting to be in a relationship and are you actually ready in a relationship? Can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about it real
How
quick?
you different?
I just want to know.
God.
Because
How's it
sometimes
right? What's the importance of knowing the difference
between
wanting to be in a relationship or being ready to be in a
being
relationship?
ready.
Do you,
You
do
know,
you
it's a
want to be in a
want,
relationship or are you
and
even
are you
ready?
ready? I just want to know.
That's
I
deep.
think there are two different things, but we're gonna have to talk about that because we're gonna be on that for a minute.
What time is it?
It's time to go.
Okay, we've been recording for a minute.
It's
I get it,
definitely time to go. But it's always been real, man. But how do you know? I want y'all to hit us up, DM us, comment us, subscribe. Make sure you like it. Like the episodes. We dropping every Sunday, right?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Hey,
And
I
we
think
need
we caught
1,000
up now
subscribers
too,
to go
y'all.
live.
So hey, let's get
1,000.
this. Like, share, and subscribe to our page, Chocolate Gumbo the podcast, y'all. Let's get it.
Yeah, so
Instagram, Facebook,
we a little
everywhere.
bit a little bit over 900 and something away. We need
we gonna get caught up real soon, and then we're gonna be able
We
to go
get 9 at a
live
time.
and
If we
invite
get
our
9
guests
at a
in.
time.
Come on, y'all, let's do this. Yes. Let's do
but
it.
you know what? We got to end on a high note. That's how we do. So each and every time, man, it's always been real. It's always fun, and it's chocolate gumbo. So with that being said, baby,
let's mix it up.
Thank
Let's
y'all so
create
much.
that dish.
Black History Month. Celebrate your life every
Damn.
day. Every day you living is Black History because tomorrow is gone. Today is here. Well, tomorrow is not yet. I done fucked up.
What you talking about?
Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is here. Yesterday is gone. Today is here. Tomorrow's not here yet. So live your life every day to the fullest.
Live your life
Chocolate
every
gumbo.
day. We have 4 weeks to celebrate. It's our last one. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. Damn.
all right, y'all. RJ, Kendra, Keith. It's always a
Comedian Big
pleasure.
Key.
See y'all next time. Next week. Same time, same place.
RJ Mitchell.